Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your January messages. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This will be for all Scorpio placements found within your birth chart. Cross watchers, of course, you're welcome here, and place the roles as you see fit. This is a truly timeless message. We will talk about astrology of the times and also pull some cards for you, some channeled guidance, all that good stuff. So let's dive in here for you, Scorpio. January is going to be a somewhat watery month. We have water and earth, which is actually highly compatible. And for all water signs, I feel like it will bring a lot of harmony, especially with this Mars retrograde that we've been feeling into. Mars retrograde in Leo, and it will be changing over to Cancer in February until about February 23rd is when we will finally feel the relief of Mars retrograde. Again, with any retrograde, it's always good to keep in mind that it's not necessarily a negative thing. The energy of the planet is intensified. And with this kind of fire water, it's a bit volatile, right? It can be a bit erratic, it can be compulsive, especially with you. We have, again, a lot of water in January. We have Saturn and Pisces. We've been talking about this, okay? It's not going anywhere for a little bit. It will be changing over, as well as Neptune in Pisces in 2025, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But for now, January is just adding more Pisces to this fishbowl. It's like swimming in a fishbowl. What's that song? There's a song that has that in mind. I'll have to look it up and I'll link it below. I forget where it's from, but it's some old 90s song. But yeah, it's 12th house. And Mars retrograde is going to ask us to rest as well, refine, especially Mars is our energy, our vitality, our life force. This is our sacral energy, what we create. And you have, again, Pisces is going to be highlighting your 5th house. With this kind of 5th house aspect, it's all around Leo energy. Where do you have Leo? 5th house in your chart. It's going to be exemplified at this time, especially with Mars and Leo as well. Scorpio, out of all the water signs, you have that pinch of fire. You also rule Mars as well as Aries. So I feel like you're going to feel, as well as Aries and of course Leo, this Mars retrograde probably more than others, because it's a ruling planet of yours as well as Pluto. So 5th house for you. And again, when I talk about Pisces transiting your 5th house, it's general. When we look at your birth chart, which again, I do offer detailed birth chart analysis, and I have a 2025 yearly forecast. I have two options: a generalized sun overview, which is kind of what we talk about here, but we'll go way more in detail by month. And you also get a one question tarot spread. For the birth chart yearly forecast, you look at your birth chart. We look at your birth chart. So we get exact dates, transits, and houses that you will be feeling into in 2025. On Etsy, I do have a 25% off sale going till December 31st. 2 services, they never expire. Okay, you can use them at any time, and you get 25% off. So take advantage of that sale if you really want to dive deep, especially into that 2025 yearly forecast. It really sets you up for the year to kind of know and journal on those specific dates. It really helps kind of zone in on what you are going to be specifically learning in 2025. Okay, all those links are below. The shadow side of 5th house, though, I have to say, is substance abuse. This is risky behaviors. This is, again, Leo energy, but the shadow side of it with the retrograde energy is going to show a level of pushiness, volatility, my way or the highway, combativeness. It's like that 7 of Wands energy, but it's not being utilized in a proper way. This could be, again, pushing people away, having unhealthy coping skills. This is not just about you. This could be around people around you, right? With these readings, it's important for you to remember, I focus on self because that's where it starts. But if this is you kind of picking up on what's around you, it's just better for you to use your intuition and discernment on that, okay? So the positive side of the 5th house is, again, creative expression. This is heart chakra. This is heart opening. This is healing the heart. This is really feeling into what is guiding you when it comes to your heart. Where are you being pulled to when it comes to the heart? This is kind of getting out of the mind a bit. Mercury retrograde had us all up in here. So now we're finally starting to come back into our heart, especially for you, Scorpio, okay? This is about mending. I saw, I have some channel guidance here that I wrote down, mending the heart. This is sewing. I saw someone like sewing, like taking a piece of clothing and like sewing it. So maybe some of you sew. This is getting into sewing or using your hands, because fifth house is very creative. Fifth house is also, because it deals with creation, it does talk about children. So this could be you wanting to have a child. This could be you having a child. This could be you already being a parent. Lots of stuff coming up around children at this time, okay? And having to nurture, okay? And then I heard inner child work. So again, lots around this childlike energy, inner child work. This is reminding me of the Sun card, Leo. Okay, lots of correlations with you and Leo. So what's the sun mean to you? It can be so unique for all of us. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? What allows you to tap into your heart? When you think about any sort of creative endeavor, relationships, your career, your hobbies, it's that flow that we get into where just time stands still and it feels like we're in flow. We're in flow with what we're doing. We're in flow with our energy, and it's just effortless, right? This is what you are striving for. And if you're not there, Spirit's guiding you to be really attuned to that, okay? What brings you joy and what doesn't. And then I heard declaration. This is like declaring it to the world. I saw someone shouting it from the rooftops, like, proclaiming happiness, that you are worthy of great things. You are worthy of joy and pleasure. Okay. But of course, fifth house is going to also highlight where have you been excessive or risky behaviors, again, gambling. It could talk about, wanting to be the center of attention. This can talk about, again, substance abuse. People, when I look at birth chart analysis and they have a lot of fifth house, a lot of the time they do struggle with that, or they had parents that struggled with that. So checking into your coping mechanisms, okay? Especially right now with Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde is going to be highlighting your 10th house also. This is career. This is your soul's work. Again, flow. Trying to find that flow. What brings you there? Do more of that. And then when it goes back into Cancer in February, we'll go back into your 9th house, where you might have to reevaluate something and look at something from a higher perspective. Sag, seeking a deeper truth around what is your soul's mission? What are you here to do? And if you're not feeling like you're in that flow, this is the time to really attune to what is going to get you there over 2025, right? It might not all happen in January. Another thing I want you to keep in stock for January is some dates. January 11th, we have the North Node going into Pisces. If we don't have enough Pisces energy, we'll be going into North Node Pisces, Virgo South Node. If you have Pisces or Virgo in your chart, you're going to be feeling this throughout the eclipse season of 2025. Also, January 8th, we have Mercury going into Capricorn, as well as the Sun in Capricorn. So we'll not only have Venus in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces, we'll have Sun conjunct Mercury. So I really like this. There's this Mercury Venus kind of energy that's bubbling, where it's about communication. This is about knowledge. This is about experimentation. Again, communication. And then values, Venus, again, material abundance, wealth. This is safety, security, okay? Beauty. All right, let's get into your reading. So I do have a piece of this book. Again, if you're a book lover, this is a great book. This talks a lot about the external planets, so a lot around karma and transformation, which Scorpio, you know all about transformation, right? You govern and rule that. And I did just bookmark a card for Saturn. Again, all this Pisces influence, especially now Venus, North Node, Saturn, and Neptune, all transiting your 5th house, okay? And the card you got is Patience. Patience. Oh, yeah. That can be testy with Mars retrograde. We're all having to be patient, okay? So 5th house specifically is talking about Saturn, but this whole message can relay to just general overarching themes with all this Pisces energy for you. It's a time of greater seriousness about oneself and often a reduced vitality and buoyancy. Markedly affects one's sense of joy, spontaneity, and well-being. Some people complain that they never have much fun during this period and they feel unloved and unappreciated. Such feelings are understandable when we realize that this transit's essential meaning is to make us aware of how we are using our vitality in every area of life. Our physical and sexual energy, our emotional love energy, and all forms of creative power. It is not that we suddenly experience all sorts of blockages and inhibitions during this time. It is rather that we come to realize during this period what blockages and fears have habitually been depleting our energies or interfering with the expression of our creative force and loving nature. Okay, so again, habits around that. And again, maybe you're having to be very patient around people. You or your loved ones around you could be very needy. Maybe you're feeling like it's just all complaining. And, you know, again, this is about reciprocity, honorable exchanges where there's like this give and take. I'm getting 6 of Pentacles, Taurus energy. You might be dealing with a Taurus or a Taurus in your chart. Also, patience is reminding me of Sag, Temperance card. Just things could be feeling very testy. Like there could be this deep need to express yourself with this 5th house. And it's like a creative blockages, feeling creatively frustrated. Again, like wanting to be in that flow, but just not even knowing how. Again, maybe a lot of people are needing you, you know, and so you're feeling like you're pulling away from yourself when there's so much neediness around you. So when that happens, you know, depending on who it is that's needing you, or if it's a child, of course, you know, we have to be patient with that depending on their age. But we have to understand boundaries, because even if we are a parent or we're married or we have a career, we have a time schedule, things, obligations, responsibilities, we have to understand that, you know, we have to be able to give to ourselves as well. And that you could be saying to someone else, hey, you got to be patient with me right now. It is about effective communication. Again, Sun is going to be conjunct Mercury. And then also we have, again, Saturn conjunct Venus. This is lessons in love. Okay, lessons in love. All right, let's pull from the Death Doula for you to continue your reading. Scorpio, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for joining me in this space that we get to create together, Scorpio. If you like what you hear, you like my style, then please hit that like button, comment below your placements, whatever is resonating for you, whatever isn't. You know, check your other placements if this is not resonating, of course. And again, that Etsy link is below, all those helpful links for you. If any songs come out, I will try to find that song with the fishbowl. I can't quite pin it down, but I'm sure Google will help me find it. It goes, oh, I know what it is. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. Led Zeppelin. Looking after the same old crowd, but what have you found? The same old tears. Wish you were here. Wishing someone was here. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. This is about 2 souls maybe that are just not having harmony at this time. Again, the love reading will be linked below. You hit that more button, you'll find all those links, my Etsy shop, the love reading, okay? I'm now doing all my extended love readings on Etsy as well. You can purchase those separately. And you can also take advantage of that sale that I have running right now. I have a couple sales, okay? All right, Scorpio, 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. All right, Scorpio, what do we have for my Scorpio viewers? What is the truth, angels, ascended masters, guides, allies? Scorpio, please show me the truth for my Scorpio collective. Let's tap in and tune in to what you need to know at this time. Positioning. Thrombosis. Obsession. Ooh. Obsessive in love. Maybe, again, I was getting like clinginess. Scorpio, I know that can be a shadow of you. You know, especially if you don't trust someone. Can become a bit obsessive, or this could be someone else. Again, I was getting this energy of like neediness. Also, if that's you, right? Think about when a Scorpio in general, It doesn't trust or doesn't feel loved or heard or seen, much like any sign really. But I think Scorpio definitely, it's like become very possessive on understanding the truth, and it might come off as passive. You also can detach yourself, if you don't feel heard, seen, loved. And of course, that's just messages for you if that's your story of reevaluating your values and reevaluating if this love is reciprocal, if this is love, or is this just infatuation as well? Fifth house can talk about sex, money, drugs, rock and roll. So there could be a time when it's like, if you are single, for some of you, you could be just wanting to have fun. No shame in that. But of course, honesty, right? We don't want to lead people on either way. So this card invites you to examine your compulsions, phobias, and passions. Yes. Are these obsessions driving you closer to your truest self or getting in the way? Does your body feel clenching or release when reflecting on these infatuations? Obsession has the power to yield a rewarding bounty through being creative. Yes, fifth house. But do not ignore its initiate power rooted in distraction. Yeah, self-awareness. So a lot around self-awareness and being patient with yourself as you are moving through some of these realizations this month of maybe where someone else or yourself have been compulsive, OCD, again, power struggles. This Mars retrograde is really starting to get on people if they don't have a grasp on self-awareness, okay? Positioning is talking about define what you believe in, okay? Live in accordance with your values and align with your purpose. Yeah, 10th house, we talked about that. Mars in your 10th house right now, Mars and Leo. So it's about, again, values, Venus, okay? I'd like for you to look into your Venus placement. You can watch for that as well. And then thrombosis, this came out in, I believe, the Gemini. Yeah, it was the Gemini full moon reading. The chains, oppression. We were feeling a lot of that last month with Venus and Aquarius about equanimity in relationships. And so this is kind of trailing off into January for you. And again, we won't have Venus and Pisces until, what's the date there? Venus and Pisces will be, I believe it's towards the beginning of January. So most of January, it's going to be Venus and Pisces. So again, reflecting on December, what came up for you with equanimity, with all that Aquarius energy, Pluto and Aquarius. And thrombosis is actually a medical terminology. It's like a blood flow, something on blood flow, blocks in your life. This card asks the reader to examine what has been building up over time, habits, routines, thoughts. That's very much the obsessive. What sorts of thoughts are just obsessive, compulsive? Like what sorts of mental thoughts are kind of restraining your body, even affecting your mental health, mental and physical health? Lots around blockages around obsession, like control, Scorpio. Again, if you don't trust, it can lead to a trickle effect of really negative thought patterns and just kind of tit for tat, power, seeking power for all the wrong reasons, especially in love, but it can bleed out to any area of your life. So really getting clear about your values, positioning yourself to a standard, and knowing when enough is enough. 3 of Swords, yeah, 2 of Cups. Lots around love showing up here for you, okay? In the love reading, we will go further, but if it shows up here, I will read for it. So Cancer, Libra energy, you might be dealing with these signs. There is love nonetheless. I think you're really wanting to seek harmony. Getting through these blockages, getting through this pain, Scorpio. 3 of Swords. Why is this 3 of Swords here for Scorpio? Why is this here? 6 of Cups. There you are, Venus and Scorpio. Someone around the past? Is someone obsessive about you in the past, or are you being obsessive about someone else in the past? Justice in reverse. Sag just got that card as well with the Hangman, Pisces, Libra. Lots of Libra here for you. Yeah, the Hangman again. Okay, so there is a need to, this is Pisces, again, we're swimming in that fishbowl, like I've been saying here, right? So it's looking like, okay, Ace of Cups, there's delays to love. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is, again, needed change, required change to create movement. Something is out of balance here, and it's not allowing maybe love to flow. Love is here nonetheless. Why is this Justice in reverse for Scorpio? Why is this Justice here in reverse? Please show me. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, lots of combative energy. Six of Swords in reverse is a delay to any sort of movement because of some repressed emotions. Knight of Swords, anger, frustration, hostility. A loss of money. You could feel like you've lost some money. Taurus here. Feeling wounded, feeling abandoned by someone, rejected even. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles from the past. Okay, in the past you could have a Pisces, a Libra, Taurus, Scorpio like yourself, or Cancer. Why is the Six of Cups here? Okay. So this is that fifth house energy that's coming out for you. Remember, this could be sex addiction, any sort of addiction. Queen of Wands with the Seven of Cups, because the Queen of Wands can be very sexual, right? It is sexual energy. Wand is sexual, right? Sacral, creative energy, sacral. So working with the sacral chakra, especially with all that fifth house. And the solar as well, Leo. There's a lot of diluted energy. This is you, Scorpio. So I feel like you've been a little bit lustful, very sexually driven by something. Maybe this is something that you are correcting. Why is the Seven of Cups here? You could be dealing with someone from your past that is a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Why is the Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands here? Lots of lust, desire for the past. You could be really wanting to make amends with someone from your past here, what's caused a level of pain, because you feel like something is not justified. You felt rejected, or they did, right? We have the Moon in reverse with the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like for you, again, these are self-focused. If this is about someone else, we'll see more in the love reading, okay? But Eight of Pentacles is Virgo. This is very focused. Like, that's that flow. Time stands still. They're determined. They're focused. They're laser sharp focused. Eight of Pentacles is sixth house, Virgo. This is about ritual, routine, having a schedule, staying on task, being patient with yourself, not allowing yourself to be tempted by distractions, desires. This is very much like devil energy. And the devil energy can be utilized in a way. Again, it's very passionate, it's very driven, but if it's not utilized in a proper way, it can get the best of us, and we can become bonded by a lifestyle, by a way of being that is not going to benefit us. And it seems like that's been brought to awareness for you. I do think that you want to return to something, or someone wants to return to you. You guys could have lived together. Four of Wands, Aries, Pisces here. Restabilizing the home, wanting to make amends, wanting to work on something. There's been a truth that's been illuminated here. Again, the Moon in reverse is Sun. So again, we have a lot of this Sun energy for you. Again, what brings you happiness? You could finally start to be seeing what does bring you joy, who brings you joy, especially if it's in regard to someone from your past. It could be them or you that wants to balance something out. Karmic justice here. We're going to dive into the love reading because this is very much leaning towards love. It's kind of a mixed bag because it's obsession and the Three of Swords, Seven of Cups. It's like something is not right the way it is now. It's possessive, clingy, needy. My way, has to be done my way. And it doesn't have to be you, Scorpio. It could be your love interest, that fire sign especially. They don't have to be a fire sign. They're just embodying this Queen of Wands. Very charismatic, very sexual, very beautiful. Male or female doesn't matter. They have this charisma. They have this charms. They're very magnetic. Things come to them. It's like seductive, And you could be utilizing that to get what you want. But again, is it really fulfilling you? Three of Swords. Is it just kind of emptyless? Fire. Yeah, definitely dealing with a fire sign here. Leo, especially Leo. This person could be, again, entertaining multiple options. Maybe you're telling me that, Scorpio, is that that's what's caused you pain, is that this person has maybe a sex addiction or 7 of Cups, you know, driven by lust. They could be saying this about you as well. It's caused a lot of pain with your love interest. What other signs could Scorpio be dealing with? My Scorpio collective. Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces, so it could be Pisces or it could be Capricorn. Capricorn season. We have Libra here as well. Okay. We just did a Libra here. You could have dealt with someone that had, again, fire, Libra, Cancer, Leo especially. All right, we're going to take this over to the love reading. Again, that more button, hit that more button. You will find all my helpful links. You will find my sale codes on Etsy there as well. You will find your love reading and any other helpful links as well for you. We're going to dive more into this energy here. We're going to see what wants to come up for you in love. I hope to find you over there. If this is where we part, Scorpio, take care of yourself and bye for now.